In this video, we're going to talk about the Metaverse. You're probably hearing about the Metaverse being mentioned everywhere, but what is it for? How can we benefit from it? What other things are going to benefit from the use of the Metaverse going into the future? And how can we perhaps make money from it investing? Nothing I say on this channel is financial advice. Always go and do your own research before investing any money. Let's get into it, guys. So what is the Metaverse? We're going to look at various different articles and things to help us through understanding exactly what this is. Ever since Facebook announced last year that it was changing its name from Facebook to Meta, it's now focusing on the upcoming Metaverse. And there has been an endless discussion about what the Metaverse actually is and how it's really going to affect us in our daily lives. Is it just a sci-fi speculation? Is it an umbrella term to encompass augmented reality and virtual reality? Well, I think it's a variety of different things. The Metaverse itself offers lots of different exciting opportunities, and there's probably elements of the Metaverse that you're already using and will continue to use in more depth as time goes by. Think of it like a digital world in which you can go and interact with it however much you like, whether that be in gaming, whether that be through shopping experiences, whether that be attending different events online, whether that just be meeting up with your friends in social areas in the future. Who knows? To be specific, a metaverse is a virtual reality simulation that can be used for various purposes, from entertainment and social networking to education and business. It's a 3D virtual world, physical world, and is hypothetical iteration of the internet as a universal and immersive virtual world focused on social connection. Now, I think this is a very exciting thing because you may not have considered how you might be able to use this, but I myself like to attend lots of events around parts of the world in crypto, etc. But some of them can be quite difficult for me to get to, and it sometimes can cost me quite a lot of money for me to attend as well. So perhaps if there was an opportunity to attend online through like a virtual reality headset where I can go and meet with other people at this event who may also not be at the event as well, that becomes very exciting indeed and offers us lots of opportunities. One, to social network across the world, but also to be able to attend different events. It's also great for the event holders themselves because they can then sell more tickets to people without having to fill up venues. Now, one very interesting part of the Metaverse going forward will be the integration of AI, or artificial intelligence. And you've probably seen the rise of that happening early on this year, with AI tokens in crypto seeing an absolute explosion towards the upside. The likes of GRT, the likes of Singularity DAO, and many others. Now, one of the very exciting things about the Metaverse going forward is the integration of AI, artificial intelligence. We've seen AI taking off in a big way recently with ChatGPT. We've also seen in the crypto environment AI also taking a huge leap forward with things like the control and manipulation of big data to be able to provide excellent services going forward. You've got AI trading tools, you've got AI basically creating a better way in which we interact with the internet. Now, this gives us a bit of a diagram of how AI works. Okay, so data input, it basically works in the same way that humans work. So for years, we've been like receiving information about people's spending habits, people's behaviors when it comes to shopping, people's behaviors when it comes to eating food, all sorts of different things. And then we use that data to create different things like marketing and much more. But the difference between AI and humans is they can use so much bigger data sets and they can manipulate that information significantly faster and to a much more accurate degree than the average human being, which is something that's very exciting because once you've got this big data, you can then feed it back into systems and create a wholly better experience. So for example, when you are shopping online, things like that, there's lots of products now that you're probably noticing getting popped up in front of you when you haven't even sort of known you wanted it, and then you sort of decided that you'd go and buy that product. And that's because the AI is basically working out everything that you do and your behaviors and different people like you and their spending habits, and then it's basically forming all that information in together to put in front of you some excellent results without you even realizing that it's actually already happening. The Metaverse itself will also be able to create different environments with marketing and all sorts of other features that are basically all going to work together to create a whole immersive experience. Now, this image captures something which I think is going to be very, very important when it comes to the Metaverse. Quite clearly, right now, we've got like a work meeting going on, and quite clearly, these are not real people, but perhaps these avatars are represented by real people. Now, I myself live in Bali in Indonesia, along with tons of other digital nomads, people who don't have to be in a physical location to do their work. Either they're entrepreneurs and business owners, or they basically work for other companies as coders, marketers, etc. And this is basically the way I see the world going. Typically in the past, big cities like London, New York, etc. drew in professional people who were searching for better paid jobs, and this meant that they wanted to be closer to the big cities. And therefore, the kind of demand, etc. for housing went up. This means that living in London and places like New York is excessively expensive, and perhaps the quality of living that people can experience on their salaries is maybe not so great. Therefore, I think moving towards the metaverse environment where people can easily interact with people on a daily basis through a virtual world will mean that more and more people are starting to work from home. This means that either they're going to stay in their own countries, or they're going to perhaps migrate to areas of the world where life is much cheaper with much better weather and various other activities that they can take part in. So I think this is going to be a very exciting time in the world. We see lots of different migration going on, people moving out of their own countries into other countries to experience different cultures, and hopefully this will bring the world closer together. This could potentially apply to various other meetings, perhaps with social interactions, perhaps different language learning where you could go and interact with different people in the language that you want to learn. As well as that, you could attend events like music events, and then you bring about a whole different niche where people could sell event tickets for online events and loads of other things. This is all very interesting and all very exciting, and there's so much opportunity that springs out of all of these different areas. Now, if we look into the 7 layers of the metaverse, there's certain features which I think are important to think about. In terms of experience, we have physical limitations, whether that be on what we can physically achieve in our life or where we can actually be. The metaverse basically can take away that and allow us to experience different things. And here, human interfacing, the hardware layer of the metaverse must include human interfacing. Any virtual world can accept a person's body as a 3D realistic avatar. So effectively, you could take a scan of your body, you could then go to a shop online and you could try on different clothes without actually having to get out of your chair. This is very cool. I think there's various benefits that can come from that. Not only is it going to enhance your shopping experience, but it's also going to mean that you don't end up having to return items. That means that there's going to be less delivery drivers driving around, which ultimately will be better for the environment. There's tons of different metaverse platforms already, but some of the original or the OG versions of these are Decentraland with the Mana token. These are potentially good investments if you ask me. Obviously not financial advice, but I myself am investing quite heavily in some of these tokens right now because they're basically the original kind of stepping stones into the metaverse, and it will continue to improve. Decentraland is a blockchain-based virtual social environment. Down below, you've got the Sandbox, which is a 3D virtual world hosted on the Ethereum blockchain. You can basically go and create different lands, like NFTs. You buy the piece of land and then you can alter them in all sorts of different ways. And all of these have had a huge amount of interest from celebrities and big brands alike. You also got Blocktopia, which uses virtual reality to provide users with an immersive experience. Think of a digital online casino where you could go and sit and talk to other people at a table with just a headset on, but also playing various games with people around the world at perhaps some of the nicest and best casinos that maybe normally you wouldn't be able to access. And then various others coming down through, like play to earn games and so much more. So in summary, the metaverse is here to stay. There's loads of exciting features happening with the metaverse going forward, and I think the metaverse is basically for everyone. How you use the metaverse and interact with the metaverse is going to be different for whoever you are. But I know that even if you don't have much interest in attending social events, etc., you're still going to have some form of access in a different way to the metaverse, and that's very exciting. But congratulations on watching this video, because now you're one step ahead of most people in the world who've never even heard of the concept of what a metaverse is or thought about even the possibilities of what you could do with it. There's so many opportunities, whether you're looking for jobs in that particular environment or whether you're just looking to enjoy the various features. I recommend doing as much research as you can into this and being one of the pioneers rather than one of the sheep that follows at the very end. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button for me. Thank you very much for doing that. And if you're new to the channel, you want to know more about the metaverse, NFTs, crypto, Web3, and so much more, then hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.